Time is now 6 o'clock.
Call the meeting to order. Call the Planning Commission meeting for Tuesday, May 7th, 2024 to order. Can we get a roll call, please?
Commissioner Richards. Alderperson Denham.
Here.
Commissioner Green. Commissioner Hillis.
Here.
Chairperson Groman.
Here.
Vice Chairperson Dieger.
Here.
Commissioner Lloyd. Commissioner Martinowski.
Here.
Commissioner O'Day.
Here.
Commissioner Gore. We have a quorum.
Thank you. Could you please stand and follow along with the Pledge of Allegiance?
United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
This is the time in our meeting where members of the public can speak regarding city business that this planning commission has jurisdiction or authority to take action on, and which is not listed on the agenda for public hearing. We ask you to be mindful of everybody's time and refrain from making comments that are repetitive. We ask the members of the public to please keep your comments to 5 minutes or less. For any meeting where 10 or more speakers sign up to speak, the time shall be limited to 3 minutes. When you come up, please state your name and whether you're a resident of the city, resident within the city limits of Branson. Do we have anybody that wants to speak for public comment tonight?
No one has signed up for public comment tonight, sir.
Okay. First item on the regular agenda is the approval of the Planning Commission minutes for the April 2nd, 2024 regular meeting. Has the commission had a chance to review the minutes? Are there any comments or concerns or questions regarding the minutes from any of the commissioners, from any of the public? I'll now entertain a motion to approve the April 2nd, 2024 meeting minutes. Do I have a first?
I'll make a first.
Second? Thank you. Could we have the roll call, please?
Alderperson Denham.
Yes.
Commissioner Green.
Yes.
Commissioner Hillis.
Yes.
Chairperson Groman.
Yes.
Vice Chairperson Dieger.
Yes.
Commissioner Martinowski.
Yes.
Commissioner O'Day.
Yes.
The result of the vote is 7-0, motion carried.
Thank you. The first item of the public hearing is a request to vacate 2 sewer utility easements for the property located at 123 Bethpage Court, Branson, Missouri. Can I get a motion to bring this to the floor?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
We'll now open the public hearing for this item. Would staff like to provide information on this item?
Yes, Chairman. Okay, good evening, Commission, Chairman, Alderwoman. So yes, we do have a request to vacate 2 utility easements. We've got applicant of CFS Engineering. Jade is here tonight if needed. We have an address. The location's at 123 Bethpage Court. And again, the request is to vacate 2 utility easements that is on that lot. The future intent of the property is that they're going to do some line lot adjustments, and I believe they're going to build a house on the southern lot, and then they're going to shift that lot line to the north, and then the placement of the house is going to be in conflict with that easement. And I think the one to the north is just more of a cleaning it up because there are no utilities that we know of in those easements. So existing conditions, it's a developed lot with a single-family home. It's located within the Branson Hills planned development, and it's zoned for single-family residential homes. We have our neighborhood notice. Here's an aerial map. You can see that it's west of Highway 65. Get a little bit closer, it's in between the golf course there. The current zoning is planned development. Existing land use, LDR, low density residential. This is a utility map that shows existing utilities in and around the area. You can see that there are no utilities running through those easements that are they're needing to be vacated. was going to go back and just give a little history. So this property, when it was originally platted, the subdivision, those easements were not there. So then years later, they amended the plat and did a minor plat to readjust lot lines. And for whatever reason, those easements were just put on that plat and dedicated at that time. The surveyor believes that was done in error. So we've got some orthometric maps, views from the north and the south, the west and the east. So our code has a definition for an easement, and the process really for a vacation of easement, that what we do is we send out correspondence to all of the utility providers requesting if they have objection or no objection. So we have received no objections from the City of Branson Utilities Department, Missouri American Water, White River Valley Electric Cooperative, and Liberty/Empire Utilities. So the applicant and staff has reached out to Summit Natural Gas multiple times through phone calls and emails from both myself and applicant with no response. So we feel we've given adequate notification, has been given for the request, and so we're moving forward. They did do a dig right, Missouri 1 call, and there are no utilities found. So Public Water District Number 3, that's who serves this property, they do not anticipate any issues with this vacate. And in fact, they have no plans to run lines through where these easements are located. But they have quite a process, and this application's been in since the very end of March. So, but they have to take this request to their board to get official board action for the approval, and that date is set for May 28th. So we won't have official approval from them until May 29th. So how we worded or crafted the resolution for this one for the commission is that the approval of this vacate is contingent upon receiving approval from Public Water District Number 3. This is just an exhibit that shows the legal description, a survey of what is to be vacated, the one on the right. So with that, staff is recommending approval. I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Does the applicant have any comments they want to make?
How loud is this? Okay. My name is Jade Pavia. I'm with CFS Engineers, and I just wanted to basically clear up why this happened. Whenever we drafted the plat back in, so we amended the lot back in February of 2022 to create Lot 18B, and in the process, we're misguided, and it really was just a mistake creating those easements. They didn't exist. They weren't supposed to exist. It was just a mistake. So we're just here to clean it up so we can move forward, and yeah. So if you guys have any other questions for me, I'm happy to answer to the best of my knowledge.
Any commissioners have any comments or questions they want to ask? Thank you.
Okay.
Now's an opportunity for public comment in this request. Do we have any comments from the public in general that might want to comment on this? Does anyone else want to speak on this item, Commissioner? Hearing none, I will close the public hearing and entertain a motion to approve the request to vacate 2 sewer utility easements for the property located at 123 Bethpage Court, Branson, Missouri. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
We have a vote?
Alderperson Denham,
Yes.
Commissioner Green,
Yes.
Commissioner Hillis,
Yes.
Chairperson Groman,
Yes.
Vice Chairperson Dieger,
Yes.
Commissioner Martinowski,
Yes.
and Commissioner O'Day.
Yes.
Result of the vote is 7-0, motion carried.
Thank you. The second item in the public hearing is a request to vacate a sewer easement for the property located at 600 West Main Street, Branson, Missouri. Can I get a motion to bring this item to the floor?
So moved.
Second.
We'll now open a public hearing for this item. Would staff like to provide information on this item?
Yes, Chairman. Okay, so this is another vacation easement request. We have applicant Don Berry, who is here tonight with Lee Engineering and Associates, on behalf of the owner. Address is 600 West Main Street, and the request is to vacate a sewer easement. The future intent of this property is the development of Whataburger restaurant with a drive-through. Existing conditions on site, it's a vacant lot, again, future site of Whataburger. The existing easement is going to be in conflict with the future restaurant location. We have our neighborhood notice that went out to folks within 185 feet of the property boundaries. Got an aerial just south of Main Street, east of Highway 65. Current zoning is CC, community commercial. Existing land use is vacant. And this is our utility map that shows where that existing sewer is located. So a little bit of history on this one. The easement is actually located south of where that green line is, the sanitary sewer. So back when Taco Habitat was coming through the process, that easement was in place, and then during their development, they had to relocate that sewer line to the north where you see it now. It just never got vacated many years ago. So we're really just cleaning this site up. With the development of Whataburger, they're going to be further moving or relocating that sewer further north. So we will be dedicating a new sewer easement through a platting process. They have a subdivision plat right now submitted for review that is going to be dedicating a new sewer easement for where the sewer is going to go. We have some orthometric maps showing views from the north and south, the west and the east. And again, we have our easement vacation in our code. In this particular easement, it was dedicated by a book page deed number, and it was a dedicated sewer easement. So with discussions with our utilities department, the only folks were required to give authorization of approval is our own city utility department. So they did give us authorization to grant this. So with that, staff is recommending approval of this request.
Does the applicant have any comments they want to make?
Excuse me, Don Berry with Lee Engineering. I believe that the intent for the prior development was to vacate the easement to replace it with a new one over the redesigned sewer. The development was not completed, and I believe the process simply fell through. Our development will, as noted, move the sewer even farther north, and we have a plat that will address that, create an easement for that sewer, and we'd like to vacate this to advance the development of the property.
Do any commissioners have any questions about the staff report or the applicant's comments? This is an opportunity for the public to comment in this request. Do we have any comments from the public? Thank you, sir. Hearing none, is there anyone else who wants to speak on this item? Hearing none, I will close the public hearing and entertain a motion to approve the request to vacate a sewer easement for the property located at 600 West Main Street, Branson, Missouri. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Can we have a vote?
Alderperson Denham.
Yes.
Commissioner Green. Commissioner Hillis.
Yes.
Chairperson Groman.
Yes.
Vice Chairperson Dieger.
Yes.
Commissioner Martinowski.
Yes.
Commissioner O'Day.
Yes.
The result of the vote is 7-0, motion carried.
Thank you. The third item of the public hearing is a request for municipal code amendments throughout Chapter 94, more particularly Section 94-61, Use and Structure Standards, more specifically amending Section 94-61.3.a. Manufactured homes. Can I get a motion to bring this item to the floor?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Would staff like to give information on this item?
Yes, Chairman. Okay, so we've got a code amendment tonight on manufactured homes, and just a little bit of refresher, reminder, February 6, 2024, this commission voted to recommend approval of our code amendment pertaining to manufactured and modular housing. And what that amendment did was it removed manufactured housing from our residential districts. We've got our table of permitted uses right here, and you can see that what that amendment did was it took it out of all of the LDR, MDR, and HDR zoning districts and allowed it as a special use permit in the ag zoning district. That's a new button. That's kind of neat. So then, after that, on March 12th, 2024, the Board of Aldermen also voted to recommend approval of the code amendment of what we just discussed. So due to that recent code amendment, staff has found other places in the code where we have language that is in direct conflict with that new zoning regulation, which does not allow it in the residential zoning districts. So that's why we're bringing it forward at this time. Where this is housed is Chapter 94, Article 4, Uses, Section 9461(3)A. So the first paragraph there in black is current code, and I'm just going to read it real quick. It says, new manufactured homes may be placed on any individual lot within a residential zoning district with the following restrictions and regulations. And then after that, it has that long list of about 16 items they have to comply with for a manufactured home. So what we're proposing is below that in the red, essentially just striking out the reference to residential zoning districts since they're not allowed in any residential zoning district. So it would read, and we've added a couple lines there speaking to our category that we have for mobile home communities and the allowance in the ag district as a special use. So it reads, new manufactured homes may be placed on any individual lot within a city-approved mobile home community or an agricultural zoning district through the issuance of a special use permit with the following restrictions and regulations, which we did not change those restrictions and regulations. So with that, staff is recommending approval of this code amendment request.
Any of the commissioners have any questions or comments? Now's the opportunity for the public to comment on this request. Is there anybody from the public that wants to comment on this? Hearing none, I will close the public hearing and entertain a motion to approve the request for municipal code amendments throughout Chapter 94, more particularly Section 94-61, Use and Structure Standards, more specifically amending Section 61.3.A, Manufactured Homes. Do I have a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Do I have a second? Can we have a vote?
Alderperson Denham?
Yes.
Commissioner Green?
Yes.
Commissioner Hillis?
Yes.
Chairperson Groman?
Yes.
Vice Chairperson Dieger?
Yes.
Commissioner Martinowski?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Day?
Yes.
Result of the vote is 7-0, motion carried.
Thank you. The fourth item on the public hearing is a request for municipal code amendments throughout Chapter 94, more particularly Section 94-10, Land Disturbance. Can I get a motion to bring this item to the floor?
So move.
Can I get a second?
Second.
Thank you. Prior to opening public hearing, I understand the staff would like to speak on this item.
Yes, Chairman. Staff has done quite a considerable amount of work on this code amendment. However, it's just not quite ready to take it to this board yet. So we are respectfully requesting that this item and public hearing be postponed to a date of June 4th, 2024 to allow staff the opportunity to further clarify the language of this code amendment.
Is there anyone here wishing to speak in this matter and cannot attend the June 4th meeting? Please note that Section O of the Rules and Procedures for Conduct of the Planning and Zoning Commission meeting provides for written comment. Madam Secretary, could you please read Section O?
All written communications and documents relating to a matter scheduled to be considered by the Commission shall be submitted to the Director of Planning and Development or person acting in that capacity at least 7 days before the date of the matter is to be heard by the Commission, unless otherwise provided by law or unless it was not reasonably possible to do so. And in those instances, the written communications and documents shall be submitted at the earliest possible time. This paragraph shall be liberally constructed so as to allow for fair public hearing.
Would any of the commissioners wish to entertain a motion to postpone the meeting to June 4th, 2024? Do I have a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Do I have a second?
I'll make the second.
Now
Mr.
call for-
Chair,
Yes,
Mr.
sir.
Chair,
Yes,
I
ma'am.
just want to clarify the motion. This is Holly Dodge. The motion is for the meeting at 6 PM. I just wanted to clarify the time as well.
Okay, well, thank you. I'll now call for a vote.
Alderperson Denham,
Yes.
Commissioner Green,
Yes.
Commissioner Hillis,
Yes.
Chairperson Groman,
Yes.
Vice Chairperson Dieger,
Yes.
Commissioner Martinowski,
Yes.
and Commissioner O'Day.
Yes.
The result of the vote is 7-0, motion carried.
This concludes the items for public hearing for tonight's agenda. The next item on the agenda is the election of chairperson and vice chairman of the Planning Commission for the 2024-2025 term. We provide nominations and vote for each position separately. Each chairperson first, vice chair second. In the past, we've accepted verbal nominations and the vote is taken on note cards and tallied. Does anyone have any questions? Okay, we'll now accept nominations for chairperson.
Mr. Chairman, I move to re-elect our existing chairman, Chairman Groman, as chairperson.
Any other nominations? Okay. They're passing out ballots. Your name is at the top of each ballot. There's one for chairperson, one for vice chair. Secretary is going to tally and present the results.
The results of the vote are 7-0. Gary Groman will serve as chairperson of the Planning Commission for the 2024-2025 term.
Thank you. Thank you all. Appreciate that. I will now accept nominations for the position of vice chairman. Any nominations?
Mr. Chairman, I nominate Rick Dieger.
Okay. Any other nominations for vice chairman? Okay. got your ballots, we'll go ahead and vote.
The result of the vote is 7-0. Rick Dieger will serve as Vice Chairperson of the Planning Commission for the term of 2024-2025 term.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
This concludes the annual election for the 2024-25 term. Now on to reports. The staff had reports they want to make.
Yeah, we do not have any tonight, Gary. None.
Any commissioners have any reports they want to make or comments? I would like to just express my thanks to the staff, the planning department, and admin for the flexibility in working on this land disturbance thing, showing the flexibility to make sure we have it right before it leaves us. It's just another indication of how we're trying to better serve the businesses and people of Branson, and I thank you for that. The next item on the agenda would be adjournment. Our next meeting is scheduled for Tuesday, June 4th, 2024 at 6 p.m. in the council chambers. I will now entertain a motion to adjourn the May 7th, 2024 Planning Commission meeting. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
The time is now 6:27.
Do we have to perform a roll call on that?
Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you. Keep me on track.
I mean, we're gonna leave anyway.
No, that's
We're
okay.
gone.
Alderperson Denham.
Yes.
Commissioner Green.
Yes.
Commissioner Hillis.
Yes.
Chairperson Groman.
Yes.
Vice Chairperson Dieger.
Yes.
Commissioner Martinowski.
Yes.
Commissioner O'Day.
Yes.
Okay. The result is 7-0, motion carried. The time is now 6:27.
It's a good one.
Hamburger Hill will truly be Hamburger Hill.